back with another episode of Stand On It 270. I'm your host, Byron Gaither.
I'm sorry.
And today we have two separate basketball programs. We got the KSE, the Kentucky Storm Elite, and we have the OBKY Gators. We have, for the KSE, we have the director, Mr. Marcus Smith, and co-director, Mr. Anthony Owens. And for the OBKY Gators, we have founders and co-founders, Terry Jenkins and Reggie Baxter. Who like to start, man? Who wants the hot seat first? Nah, man. Let's just start, man. Tell us about your programs, man, and where you're at today.
So who started first, though?
We'll go around that way.
All right, go ahead. Y'all go ahead. You and Marty, y'all chime in together.
Last year we started off. We had two teams. We had a boys team and a girls team, and we didn't have a lot of players that came out, so we had a group together. So this year we end up expanding. We got more teams. We go from second grade all the way up to the high school division. So I feel like we came a long way by our name, and kids, they follow us and look up to us. We in the school system, so we got an upper hand.
Yeah. So is that boys and girls,
yes,
respectfully?
Boys and girls.
From second grade to high school, boys and girls. Okay. All right.
What about them Gators? What about them Gators?
What they doing? Where they at?
Gators, we doing pretty good, man. We started out, kind of the same way 3 years ago with a team, my team and Reggie's team. We started out with two teams, basically for my son and for his son. And, we didn't think it was going to blow up like that. It kind of blew up overnight. So we went from those two teams to the next year. Last year, we ended up with 5 teams. To this year, we're working on 12 teams with adding 2 girls teams. So, it's really word of mouth. Friend of a friend, TikTok, social media, the kids follow. They like it. They like what we post. They like we playing. And, it just really give them somewhere to play because it's really nowhere to play. It's only our 2 organizations. So, I mean, that's really where it stands at right now.
Okay. Yeah, and it really, when we say we started from the bottom, I mean, literally, I was coaching at the boys club and just handpicked 5 kids and was like, we getting in the tournament. Played in T-shirts or pennies or, what I'm saying?
We played in neon.
Yeah, so we were, what I'm saying? So we start, like when I say we really started from the bottom, we really started from the bottom. Because, like I said, we ain't have nothing, and everything that we was doing, it really, like Terry said, evolved around our boys, and then it transitioned into like something even bigger. Because we didn't think it was going to be anything, but hey, we were going to play in this one tournament at first, and that was it. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's usually how anything started, man. Any type of business, franchise, corporation, stuff like that. People having thoughts, ideas, or people seeing, where something's needed. You know what I'm saying? 2 dads seeing that, hey, man, ain't nothing going on for my son. Let me start this.
I know the feeling.
Or even 2 educators seeing, being around kids and knowing and understanding, hey, man, these kids need to be involved in more than what they got going on, man. Let's see what we can do. Now, what age groups do you all have? Do y'all go by grades? Do y'all go by ages?
So the way we're kind of, we're one organization, but we're kind of split up into who is in charge of what because it being so many teams. So myself, I do 4th grade boys, 5th grade boys, 6th grade boys, and then 5th and 6th girls. And then
up under me, I got, myself, right now, I'm just coaching. I'm coaching 7th grade boys. Well, 2, I'm the head coach on one 7th grade team, assistant coach on another one. And then I'm helping out with the 3rd grade team. But up under, so we kind of got it broke up into branches. So Terry got a group of teams that pretty much falls up under him. And then I got a group of teams that falls up under me. All the 7th grade teams fall under me. 1 5th grade team fall under me. And a 3rd grade team falls up under me. So it was right about between the 12 teams. We pretty much both got about 5, 6 teams apiece. He may got a little bit more, but yeah, he
So
got
like-
like 6. I
So
got
like, are these
5.
teams like feeder programs or are they?
Nah, I mean, not yeah. So for instance, one of my teams that fall up under me, they're primarily Davis County.
Okay.
And then one of my teams, they're primarily OMS, but I still got 2 kids from Burns on there, a kid from McLean County on there,
Okay.
and a kid from where is he from? What? Going towards Paducah, but what I'm saying is it's primarily though, and then I got another team that is solely my other 7th grade team is solely I think all Owensboro kids, either OMS or I middle. So I mean it's not feeder because it's not labeled as feeder. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But a lot of them play together.
And me, I have kids. I have kids from everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, like all the side counties, all the counties from around, you know, in this area, and we have I have a couple of elite teams, but then my other teams I kind of bring them up, you know, bring them up together. You know, we work together, we strive together to be an elite team. So a lot of them may not be on that elite level, but we work to get them to that level. You know, and so we keep them local until they, you know, we conquer the local scene, and then we'll expand it to, you know, traveling a little bit further.
Okay.
What about the KSE?
KSC, everything falls pretty much under me as a director. I don't coach, so I just pretty much do like trainings and all that with the kids. So I'll see each level, but with this organization, it's all over the state. So it's like, and Cincinnati. So like, none of the directors can be coaches. They all have to be available to be at the different gyms when everybody's playing.
All right.
And so with ours, it's like, all of our kids are from this surrounding area, but when we go places, we can get a kid from this team, or we can get a kid from that team, or we can get a kid from Cincinnati to play with us if Cincinnati's there. Or if a team from Lexington's there, we can get a kid that's in the Lexington program to play with ours. So ours we could have 5 kids available to play that weekend, but if Lexington is there and they got 8 kids, we can take 2 of theirs.
So it's a fraternity, a brotherhood, to say that.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah,
I like
that's
that.
cool. That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, you all can just find tournaments or games anywhere and just pull up and be like, if you got 2 kids, man, we gonna do just grab something. We
Yeah, like for instance, when we was in
that's what's
we was
up.
in Gatlinburg last year, we had we was missing 3 girls from our girls team. We brought 3 from another KSC program that was there. So like 4 programs were there. Like Cincinnati was there, Marion County was there, and 2 others I can't remember who it was. But we brought kids from those programs and they play with ours. But even if we don't run the same system, basketball's basketball.
Okay, but the actual program itself, is it catered more to like the school system, or is it like a separate deity from the schools?
Like far as like
Just
Right.
like all over.
No, it's all over. Yeah.
Okay, so it's basically
We have kids from all over the Western Kentucky.
okay.
Yeah.
But are those kids like is each school? Those kids going to like how we ask their program? Is it a feeder program? Like is this program
No.
like a feeder program to a specific school?
No.
It's just just any kid in the respective area
Yeah.
that this program is at can come play.
County, city, it don't matter.
Okay.
We just expand another team to Paducah area. We brought them in. They got a freshman team, so they looking to expand in Paducah.
Okay.
And Benton,
Marshall County.
yeah, Marshall
Marshall
County,
County.
has
Okay.
2
All right.
teams.
So y'all be on the lookout in those areas in Marshall County, in Paducah area. Be on the lookout for the KSE, man. And you know, if you have any questions about it, man, just comment on it. We'll get you with the right people to.
See, and like
So
what I
get you
can
involved.
say about this AAU stuff, both the organizations, I love it because when I grew up, I was a part of an organization called Owensboro Elite, and we traveled and did everything, Louisville, everywhere like that. And I feel like when we got to high school, I was a football player. Everybody on my team was straight basketball except for me. I was football. I had Eli, Javion, Chaser Band, Justin Miller, Eric, all of them. And I feel like the third region, Trace Young, I feel like the third region was so dominant because each team, like Stuart Curry played with us. He was with Davis County, so you had to respect Davis County. You had to respect Apollo, Owensboro. That's the year Owensboro won state. You had that year, but you had to respect each team around here, even Catholic. They had Cameron. They had the twins over there, like Zuber. Like you had, they all played on an organization together, and like I feel like that made the third region.
I had 2 7-footers that year.
And
What you mean? Y'all better win a damn championship.
I'm just telling you, like I'm legit, like it was legit. Like I'm telling you, we went everywhere. Like I'm telling you, we went and we played and we won. That's why when I see it now, like I sit there and smile because I know what they're doing. Like I know how it's going to affect the basketball. Like third region, it was Owensboro won. Owensboro, Davis County, Catholic, Apollo. It was a toss up. Hell, you could anybody come with the state. Davis County went to state a couple years. Then Catholic, then Owensboro, then Apollo. Like it's like hell, who's gonna go? And it's gonna be like that in the next upcoming years because of what they're doing. I'm telling you ain't gonna know who's gonna be good. It could be Catholic one year. It could be Owensboro, Davis County. It's gonna be.
Let's say they get a couple 7-footers on the team too.
Shit, no. Apollo beat Justin and Eric. Eli and Trace beat them for the Orange. I remember that at the Sports Center. Knocked their ass off. Beat them. I remember that. And then they went to state and won that year. But they still was the number 2 in the damn region. Have to go play in region play as number 2. I'll never forget that. That's what I'm saying. Don't care if you're 7 foot. You can get knocked off. Eli and Trace was 6'6". Hell, they ain't small. But I'm saying,
7 foot though.
I'm just saying. But
back when they played, I was coaching girls back then.
yeah, because he was with Nate Rose and Destiny Howard and all them. Yeah, I remember that.
So a lot of those guys that played on those teams, did they come through programs like this?
They came through, yes, an AAU program. If you didn't play with us at AAU, I ain't gonna say you wasn't shit, but you really wasn't. You wasn't getting no talk, you wasn't winning. You wasn't winning.
I mean, listen, man. I came to Owensboro in the '90s. It was Cliff Hagan's boys.
I get
it was
that.
right there on Frederick, man.
Look, if you played Cliff Hagan back in the day with us, you wasn't making the AAU team.
Right.
Every team around here, even we have McLean County on our team. If you was on the AAU team, you was the man on your team. I don't care where you went. And but the goal for us was all go to Apollo. We was all trying to go to Apollo. I remember that. Everybody. Apollo.
Man, don't even give me
I'm just saying.
Don't give me I'm
just telling you. That's
it's
the truth, though.
Play basketball.
That's the
he go to
I thought I was a
basketball
player.
He went to Madisonville, got trained up.
Whatever. I thought it was basketball until I caught my mouth. I'm 300 pounds, 600 pounds. I'm football. But no, I'm telling you, it's what they're doing is going to make the third region, if not the western part of Kentucky, stronger than it's like back when it used to be strong. Like that was 6 D1 players in that group.
Yeah. Wow. And it goes, and then for which both programs, like I said, for me, like I pulled my son out of rec league for football first. There's the first transition. So I was like, okay, he can stay out here and score 3 or 4 touchdowns a game, but that ain't gonna do him no good. Yeah. So we ended up playing in Louisville for a travel team called the NASCAR Boys, where there was 10 kids, 12 kids on the team that could do what he do. So now it forced him to get better.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So it forced him because of now you realize when you get out here with these other wolves, like you ain't as big as you thought you was. So what it does is it number one, it humbles you. And number 2, it forces you to work harder. Now, when you go up there and you go outside of your city and you can play and you can compete, then you're doing something. But and that's what this kind of does right here, both organizations. It gives that avenue not only for you to be able to play somewhere, especially develop, you know what I'm saying? Because you're going to get development. That's the main thing. You're going to get development. But it also is going to give you that opportunity for you to see. Because there's a lot of kids around here that really think they're good. And they're good here. Mm-hmm. But when you take them and you put them in Louisville or Paducah or Gatlinburg or Cincinnati or Paducah, it's a whole different ball game. And that's what you need to see so that you can push yourself to the next level. It's not going to do you any good playing the same kids around here and wanting to be the best around here in the region. And that goes to show also when you look at some of our older kids, when you just beating up on everybody around here.
That's what I was about to say.
You know what I'm saying? It don't do you nothing. Man, I don't care if you lose 50 games, but if you beef up your schedule, and you playing kids from other places, that's giving you a different look. 9 times out of 10, all of these coaches around here, you know them so well, you know what they running. It's the same stuff. But when you go out of town and you playing some of these other coaches and they throwing some stuff at you ain't never seen, that's a teaching moment, not only for the kids, but for the coaches. Because now you got to learn how to adjust to something you ain't never seen, a style of play you ain't never seen, kids that you ain't never seen. Reclassification is a big thing. My son's only 12, but he be playing against kids that are 14. Why? Because they don't reclassify. And the law of the land, regardless to whether you don't like it or not, that's just the nature of the beast nowadays. You're going to have to accept it. Regardless to how we grew up, you know what I'm saying? You got to accept the fact that your kid don't only have to be better than the kid at their age group, but they got to be better than the kid that's 2 years older than them or a year older than them, because that's how it don't change so much.
Initially, I'm not a basketball guy. You know what I'm saying? I got out there just for fun, man. I was fast. You know what I'm saying? I could jump, okay? Jumper was broke, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't take it serious. But that's what AAU was for back in the day, though, right? For like the more skilled individuals that play, to where now it seems like anybody's AA.
So
you know what I'm saying?
So to add on to that, so my team, which is my 5th grade team now, which was when I started, was my 3rd grade team. These were just kids I pulled from here, there, you know, and we went and played off our 3rd grade year. Man, when I tell you, we maybe won 3 games. You know, we was getting smacked. 40, 50, you know what I'm saying, the whole time. So let me tell you, so fast forward to last year, so we all we done was we just kept playing, regardless we was losing, we was playing games. We probably played like 30, 40 games our first year. So we come back last year with a vengeance, added a couple missing pieces, and we literally went on a tear. We didn't lose our first game to like 5 tournaments in, you know. And so we kept winning. So around locally, we was beating everybody. Went to Paducah, beat everybody. Went somewhere else out of town, went down to St. Louis, lost the first 2 games we played. We had never lost 2 games in a row, let alone 2 games in the same weekend. And I told them kids, I told my boys, I'm like, hey, either y'all want to play or y'all don't. I said, y'all used to jumping out on these teams and pressing these teams and getting up 20-30 in the first half. You know, now they're doing the same thing to us that we're doing to them. So y'all got to snap out of it. So then we went and played a 3rd pool play game. We won. So the next day, we was right back at one of the teams that beat us the day before, and we beat them. You know, and we won our next 4 games, you know, because they went in there thinking that all these games was going to be like the local games. You know, we're going to take it lightly. But these kids have been playing together way longer than us, but our talent's better.
And I'm glad you said that, because that was going to be my next question, is these programs where you're starting at, you all said 2nd grade, right? And then you all have 3rd graders to 6th or 7th grade. Do those kids, as they age up, do they stay together mainly, like, or do they kind of still spread out?
Well, I have 3 kids that's on my 5th grade team that's been with me from day one. You know, they've been with me for probably 5 years. Now, we've added pieces around them since then. You know, but you already know, like, once kids start getting better, they start smelling themselves, and, you know, they start, because if I can say, before a lot of the kids played for us, they was at Dugan Best, they was at the Neblet, they was at the park, you know what I'm saying? They didn't have the opportunity to play travel because, like, nobody was knocking on their door looking for, asking them, hey, do you want to come play? You know, so we reached out to them, and we brought them all together, you know, and so now they're starting to realize, like, hey, I really can play ball. You know, I really can, you know, play under structure. Hey, I really can play with this competition. You know, so once they realize what they got, but all it takes is the opportunity. You know, so if we've never went and reached out to these kids, a lot of these kids wouldn't have the opportunity they have now because they wouldn't have never knew what they had.
And as far as keeping them together, so this year was the first year that we did a tryout. You know what I'm saying? Because of, like I said, we never really we started from the bottom. So we just kept what we had and transitioned, and like you said, added a couple pieces. Well, this year the interest was so big that we had to hold the tryout, and we had to expand. because we just didn't want, for the most part, we want everybody to get an opportunity at least. I got one team that I focused more on development, and this year they're going to be focusing more on more local tournaments, where they could actually compete in rather than following the other team who's going to do a little bit more traveling and playing farther to be more competitive. So there is a sense of, there's a group that pretty much tried out and they stayed together. Like a group of them did stay together because of, like, that's just the way it fell. And for my tryout, I brought in people also that wasn't even affiliated with the teams. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't want it to be biased. The only thing for sure that was certain was my son was going to be on my team. Like, I can't
Daddy
go
ball.
home. Yeah.
Do you say you play daddy ball?
Now that I don't do. People say I'm really unfair to my. They say I'm unfair. Now I'm gonna coach my son. Now that's what I'm gonna do. Like if I'm coaching, I am gonna coach my son just because of. I can't imagine going home saying, "Hey, I can pick our son."
So since you say that though, you say you have tryouts
to be a baseball all-star.
but you have tryouts, okay?
Uh-huh.
So if there's kids out there that's better than your son and they deserve that spot,
Oh yeah,
your son still make the team?
Oh yeah, no. Here's the thing. Now one thing, but this is what I do. This is what I do. I make it so that there's no question asked, and I keep it straight all the way real with my son. I always tell him this, and all his trainings and everything is based off this theory. You need to work hard enough to where a coach ain't even gotta question you. You see what I'm saying? So that's how I train him. I train him so it's not questionable. So if I know I gotta pick him anyways, because that's my son, then I need to make it to the point to where it's undeniable why he's on the team. So, and that's my theory on that. It's like, I'm gonna make sure that, let's just say he's a guard. I'm gonna do my best to make sure that you're the best 1 or 2 guard out there, so that it's undeniable why I picked you as your dad. So nobody won't ask like, oh, you only picked him because he's your dad, because that's your son. And some people do that. But also, even if I did pick him, if I would have did daddy ball or whatever, people would tell you like it's the worst. I haven't been, probably that's the kid who I've been the most unfair to is my son. And when I look back on it, I've probably been the most unfair to him when it came to coaching.
To you. But on the outside looking in, have you ever had or dealt with a situation where people think? I mean, because we all have coached our kids.
Yeah.
So we've all been under that scrutiny of,
Yeah.
oh man, I just went under, you're trying to do this because your son's good at it. And I'll be the first one, man. Anybody that's ever been around me knows I am definitely hard on my son. I'm harder on my son than I am on anybody.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And I'll be the first one in the stands yell, get him out of there.
Yeah.
Get him out of there. Put somebody else in. Real fast.
Yeah.
Real fast. If he's not out there performing,
if
he's not out there performing, because all these sports that our kids play, you know what I'm saying, and being a former athlete myself, the lessons that I learned from, playing my sports, you know what I'm saying, going up against somebody that's better than me, or losing my position to somebody better than me, making me have to work harder or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because my daddy ain't coached me in shit. You see what I'm saying? He didn't show me nothing.
Either.
So, that part of it is the reason why I don't do that with my son. Just like this year, I asked not to even coach my son, because I don't want that. I want my son to have to work for everything that he earns. But the question I have for you all is, with the KSE, you all said y'all have second to high school. Now, other programs, kids are allowed to, play up. They may be in the second grade, but they may play with the 4th grade or 5th grade. Now, you all, since y'all go by grades, do your individual athletes just have to play in that category?
That's just how it's set. Like, if you feel like your team can play up, they can play. If you feel like you 2nd grade, you can play 4th, we give you that opportunity to play that.
Okay.
So, like, if you're in the 8th grade, you feel like you can play high school. Like, we got a girl now who feels like she can play varsity high school. We're gonna give her the shot, but it comes with a price. It's not just
feelings ain't facts.
Feelings are not facts.
We got a 6th grade girl that we're gonna give her a chance to play freshman. Like, deep down, I think the child can really go. She's got to be pushed.
Okay. And I like how you said it.
And
We're going
sometimes
to give
that's
her
all
a
it
chance,
takes. You
though.
know what I'm saying? Sometimes that's all they need is just that little push.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, like, hey, you know, you got it. You know, get it out. Because if you don't push it out of them, then you'll never know what the potential is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some kids will hold back because you know they don't want you to get this perception of them. But you know, once I see what you got, then you can't give me nothing less.
A lot of it's what the coach accepts.
Mm-hmm.
I know me as a coach, I don't accept nothing but everything you got. You should leave practice and not have energy to do
Man,
anything
I
else.
always say that.
So,
If
but
you
you're not
don't
the coach,
practice-
you're the director.
Yeah,
So
but I
as a
still
director,
coach.
as a director,
I can still
So,
put
once
you
the
up
coach-
out of
once
this.
the
Okay, all right. Then we
Yeah.
get somewhere. Then we
Yeah,
get
yeah.
somewhere. Because, you know, like you said, you're the director, so
Yeah.
you really can't be, you know, coach.
Right,
But
right.
that is what you emphasize to your coaching, or to
Absolutely.
your coaches.
Yeah.
Is that
Don't
you know, to
accept-
the athletes?
Don't accept the modern day what is called parent coaching. If you know your parents coach from the stand, you go sit with your parent because you didn't pay this money to be a part of the program.
Yeah.
Part of the program is following your coach. That's the basis of everything. We're school ball coaches, so if I'm a school ball coach and you're in the 6th grade coming to the 7th grade, and I see you at a summer ball training, you listen to your daddy, you will not make my team. And that's just off the strength of that.
Just off the strength of that, not even the ability or
I
not,
don't care about
just
that.
the fact. And I understand why that is, but is it part of coaching and what we are providing to the kids
That's absolutely
to get
part of
past
it.
that?
Like a lot of these kids don't realize to get to that next level, you're gonna be coached harder than what we coach.
Yeah.
Like if I run you 20 times, that college coach gonna run you 50. And if you think you're gonna say something back to him, you're not, because you'll be going home. And that's the way I run my practice. You come in there, I tell you what to do. You either do it or get out. Best to worst.
I respect it, man. That's. I mean, a lot of it is, you know, coaches coach how they were coached,
Right.
and I know the coaches you was coached by.
Right.
You know, I mean,
right.
we tend to take in, you know, just a little bit of what a coach did good for us. We'll take it in like, man, I'm gonna do that too as our coach. The things that we didn't like about it, we may shy away from a little bit. But if we know now, being older, that it worked, we'll still implement it. You like, man, I didn't understand it then, but I understand it now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, me personally, I love that approach
Yeah.
because it's straightforward. It's what the world is going to give you and the expectation of the world.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? Because, you know, we talk football a lot, we talk basketball a lot, but what we do is bigger than that.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? We are to get these kids not prepared just on the court or on the field, but also in life.
Right.
And I feel that approach. I love that approach. That's a lot in myself. You know what I mean? That's why I'm laughing and making the jokes that I'm making about it, because I'm very much the same. You
Yeah.
know, look, I don't go to your house and tell you how to raise your kids,
Right.
but when they come on this field or they come on this court, I'm dad. So I want them to listen to me and follow my instructions as they would when they're under your roof.
Right.
You know, not everybody parents the same, just as well as nobody coaches the same.
It's
So
bigger than the court too. It's the classroom. You know,
Yes.
I don't shy away from taking you off the team for acting a fool in the classroom.
And that also, but that goes back to the parents, man. Like,
Absolutely.
like you can't expect. I hate to say you can't expect a coach to make you do good in the class, on the field, and be good at home. Like you got to do, but the parent got to do something. Like, you know,
Definitely.
like that's like
It becomes a point where the parents be like, little Johnny's cutting up at home. Is there anything you can do?
whoop
about
his
it?"
ass. I always tell my parents that. I'm sorry. I'll say that. I do. I got my ass whooped out,
Can
kid.
you make little Johnny
Sorry.
run or something? Like, come on now.
But that's
like,
not my job.
What are you gonna do? You want me to make him run for something that he done at home?
He
that
gonna
you
get,
should have
get in the
control
car
of?
with you and cuss you right back out. Like, let me
Yeah, yeah, but I
Come
mean,
on.
but I'm gonna say this in certain situations. Everything is circumstantial.
Yeah.
You know, little Johnny may not have, you know, dad at home.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
He may
that's
not have an uncle.
understandable.
He may not have that good, positive, you know what I'm saying, male figure in his life, only but coach. You know what I'm saying? That may be what it is.
Yeah.
That may be why mom reached out, because, you know, little Johnny may go home and just talk about what coach said.
And-
Coach said this, coach said that. So
Yeah.
she's thinking,
That is true.
man, how I can't reach him being a woman,
Oh, yeah.
being a single mother. Let me reach out to the coach.
Yeah.
And it knows that, do y'all have any type of
And
stories
it's
like that?
different now because this is summer ball and school ball.
Yeah.
it's different now because even when you do something, they more scared of what you gonna say. Like, I've had situations where kids are scared of what I'm gonna say, and their parents don't even know what they've done. They scared of what I'm gonna say, because I'm the type, if this is how they did me. When I acted a fool in school, my mama came to the school.
Yeah.
It wasn't no ifs, ands, or buts.
Shout out to Miss Annie.
Yeah.
She don't play. Miss Annie don't play.
But you don't have parents like that no more.
No.
Yeah.
And you don't have that type of support system no more. So a lot of these parents are going through it by themselves without their support. So why not be that extra support?
Yes.
You know?
Man, I'm gonna tell you like it. Just last week, I had a coach call me about some stupid stuff my son did, and it wasn't. It was to the point to where I had a rapport with this person, and they just flat out come and say, "Hey, look, I just want to give you a heads up." So, blase swage about your son, and so my son was number one. He's terrified to come home, and which I love, but then he's also mad because of the fact that he had to go back to his coach. His coach was going to deal with him, which his coach did deal with him. And that's what I'm saying. I like the fact of the consistency when you get a good coach. You know what I'm saying? Because any other coach wouldn't have gave a damn. They don't get that. They don't care how any other coach would be like, hey, this is one of my leading scorers. He going to play. But this coach took it on himself to be like, hey, look, nah, you going to sit. And then when he got home with me, I dealt with him. So you see what I'm saying? There's consistency. So then I can reassure you that my son in that situation, you won't see it no more. You won't hear it no more. And he was a whole different kid after he got in the game with that. You see what I'm saying? So, but there's consistency of the coach and the parents being on the same team. You don't get that a lot nowadays. You get too many parents that think they're coaches. That you got too many parents that go against the coaches. They know more than you and all of this other stuff. And if you say anything about their kid, well, hell, you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
you don't know what you're doing.
So let me ask you,
like-
so are you all good coaches?
Yeah.
In regard of what he just said, are you all good coaches?
Hey, I feel like I'm a pretty decent coach.
I'm not talking about your win and loss.
I'm not talking about that. Hold on. No, because the way I run it, like I don't even care about the whole basketball aspect. You know what I'm saying? Like I run it more like family. Like I treat all my kids like family. So if we have birthday parties, we show up. If your son's on the team, he has a birthday party, we pulling up. Yeah. If there's something going on, we do it as a whole. You know, I try to keep an open report. Like I run across a lot of kids that be like, "Hey, I know you. You're coach from the Gators. I see you on TikTok. I see you on Facebook." You know what I'm saying? So you also have to keep that image too.
Don't shout that info out, man.
Hey, for real, that's our biggest recruiting tool.
This is networking.
You know,
That's
our
what
family
this platform is
That's the
for,
thing.
man.
Like you have no idea how many parents I show up to basketball. My son's in the 5th grade. So I show up to 6th grade games. I show up to all these different schools, games. You know, I go support all my kids. I drive to Henderson. You know what I'm saying? I drive to Grayson County. I drive wherever I need to go to support my kids and let them know that, hey, outside of you playing for me, you know what I'm saying, I still care about you as a person. You know what I'm saying? I still want the best for you. You know what I'm saying? I use a lot of my experiences of what I went through growing up, you know, to the way I run it now, you know, because I want better for these kids. Like, I don't want these kids making the same mistakes I made. So when I do see them, you know, back talking or being smart, no, I'm like, hey, now this is what'll happen if you continue doing this. And how do I know? Because I went through this. I done this in my life. You know what I'm saying? I done this, you know. So that's my main thing is, like, it's bigger than basketball at the end of the day, you know, because we can all go coach and go home and not care about nothing else.
And you got
know
those
what I'm
coaches.
saying? Yeah.
You have those coaches, you have those programs.
Yeah, you can go and not care about nothing else, but like I keep a good open door communication with the parents, with the kids. You know, you can call me about anything that has to do with basketball, if the kids cutting up or whatever. You know what I'm saying? If you need me to talk to them, or you know, if they just need something.
Talk to them or bench them. I'm just saying.
I'm with it both. I'm with both. I'm with both. I don't give a shit about none of that.
At the end of the day, you got to make it family. You got to make it somewhere where these kids feel good coming to. You know, because if you're just coming, you're being hard on them, and you're sending them home. then you know what I'm saying, it's really not working for them. But you know what I'm saying, you also gotta love these kids too, because you never know what they're going through at home. You know what I mean?
All right, we had a situation. Davis County played Owensboro. I think it was last week. The boys. One of our players, that's a newcomer, is on Davis County. I get home, it's late. I get a text, and I'm like, why is this kid texting me this late? He said, Coach, I'm sorry for the way I performed. He said, is there anything I can do? He said, but when y'all have open gym, I got to get in there. Like, that's showing, to me, that's big, because most kids not doing that.
Yeah.
They're going to have a bad game, go home, and just forget all about it. But by him doing that, it showed that he really wanted to work. And we got girls doing the same thing on a Friday night. Text me about Sunday. And I'm like, man, it's Friday night. How many kids y'all know Friday night that's a girl is going to text you and worry about what's going on Sunday morning?
Mm-hmm.
Like, none.
Not to cut you off, but even speaking on that, man, you know, in our area, Owensboro, Kentucky, man, there's hardly any type of push for the young ladies. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to speak on this. Last Sunday, we were at our middle school parents that have little girls, and we only had 4 or 5 little girls show up. You know, we got to do better in that regard. We have to do better. You know what I'm saying? Yes, a lot of us have sons. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna pour into our sons. But what's going on for these young ladies?
I can speak on that. Because I have a 6-year-old daughter, right? And I'm very passionate about anything I do. Like Byron said, I ain't gonna straddle no fence. I'm very passionate about everything I do. And so I try to take my daughter to the basketball camp around here. She got turned away. No, she's a girl. Okay. Like, wow, okay. And I didn't hear anything about the girls' camp until like last minute. But I mean, we still went to the girls' camp. But I think that's a problem. Like, why do I see flyers and posts about boys, but I don't see nothing about girls? Like, and we want our girls to be good. We wonder why we got the same team going to state or region championship every single year.
But I mean, if we're gonna be honest, man, let's be honest. If we're going off wins and losses and participation, we got one school in particular probably, man, shouldn't even have a program for the girls. I mean, if we just gonna be honest.
Who?
I ain't gonna throw. We're not gonna.
No,
do
put it out there.
Who?
It's a podcast.
Who?
I ain't gonna stand on that.
You got to stand on it.
Well, I mean, hey, I don't care.
That's what's called standing.
Okay, well, I'm gonna stand on it with both feet. Owensboro. Owensboro. You know what I'm saying? Owensboro girls program, man, from the looks of it is, man, not about to be extinct.
They went to state. They did. They went to state
Solid
last year.
last year now.
They went to state last year.
Hey, they went to state last year. I was down there in Rupp
They
now.
went to state last year.
Hey, I think they're gonna be solid.
I mean,
this
they can do
year.
more. They go out. There should be more. I get. Yeah,
Okay,
more.
so if y'all want to talk about last, I'm talking about this year.
Yeah.
Because this year they didn't even have a camp for their girls.
Yeah.
So how you going to continue? Because coaches, what is this about? Consistency. So if we went to state last year, what do we expect them to do this year?
Go back.
How you gonna be consistent if you're not even developing these kids? Only thing I've heard from every coach that's sitting on this panel is you have to put time into these kids. You have to develop these kids. It's a culture that when we talk about culture a lot on here. The culture of Owensboro girls basketball is not what it used to be.
Because look, there's an Apollo League, there's a Davis County League, there's a Catholic League.
There's no Owensboro.
Nothing for Owensboro, and it kills me.
So I'm gonna answer that. All right, so I'm sitting in class last week. Me and Walter, we text and call each other all day while class is going on. Like I'm wrecking my brain, trying to come up brainstorm. So I reached out to some people, and I tagged Marcus in it, and I tagged Walter in it. And I said, here's the thing. If we can get 20 people, and I said, I know I can come up with 20 people and some referees. If we get these schools, get the main people involved. All right, Estes is called what? Estes Bulldogs? Okay.
I mean, I coach that school all day.
Hold on.
So each school got a name and a logo.
Yep.
All right. So if you get 4th and 5th grade girls and boys together and have practice, it could be 30 to 45 minutes or an hour, a couple days a week to work on fundamentals. Because you got to have fundamentals. You can't just play basketball without basic fundamentals. So you got the fundamentals. You do that for like 2 or 3 weeks. Have a 10-game season. It ain't got to be long. Have a 10-game season. Have the concession stand open. The money you make from these schools goes back to that school.
And
You can go to each school doing
So
that.
do you hear that, administration?
That's a hell of an
Administration,
idea, man.
did you hear what this man
Now,
did?
That's what I'm saying.
Hold on. And then the money go back to them schools. At the end of that, you have a tournament. Each school have one big tournament. Boom. Keep doing that. Keep doing it every year. Keep doing
that's
that.
the
And you take
developmental
time.
And that's
process.
development like a
used to-
feeder
They
program.
used to do
Zoom
that.
in right here. Zoom
They
in
used
right
to
here.
do that.
Administration. Elementary administrations. The man just gave you a full blueprint on how to run a basketball program for your school.
They don't
Please
want
reach
that.
out to Anthony Owens for those that didn't catch it.
Man,
Everything he said.
Bump basketball,
No,
they need to do that all the way for all the sports.
Yes.
Like dead serious.
Yes.
And football too.
But
Because
see,
I'm a football first guy. And that needs to be the
Yeah, right.
And if I'm telling God the truth, that's how it needs to be. Yeah, look, don't get me started on
But
football.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. Hold on. Here's the thing with the basketball. While we're pushing basketball, because if no matter
Boys and girls.
man, no matter what school you go to, what do they have? They have a gym.
Yeah.
In those gyms, what do they have?
Basketball.
A goal on each end. So I'm
Man.
definitely with what Mr. Owens is saying. Please reach out to him, man. We need to get these going. Each school needs to have their own representation. We can throw these tournaments. If you need volunteers, you got 6 right here. We need 14 more from the community. Dads, I'm talking to you all. Get your daughters out
The
there.
ones that be
Help
at
participate.
Burger King,
Yeah.
straight what to do.
So,
Hey,
you know.
but no, like even back to what you were saying about the girls. You know, there is nothing for the girls around here. Like even when we had trials, we just had trials for 5th and 6th. I mean, not trials, open gym just for 5th and 6th grade girls just alone. Man, we had more girls turn out than all the boys combined.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was buku girls, you know, and they was coming from like 3rd grade girls trying to play up, 4th grade girls trying to play up, 5th grade and 6th grade girls. You know, it was the girls was you know what I'm saying? The girls was abundance. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't have nowhere to play. There is nowhere else like for that young of an age group to play around here. Even when the other organizations was around here, there was no girls.
Yeah, exactly. So
And
that's
that's-
what I'm saying.
There
We
was
cut
no
y'all,
girls.
but that's why I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna say this. Sorry, Dad. Sorry, stepmom, Krista.
Well,
This is why my little sisters go to Catholic middle school or Catholic. They go to my sisters in my sisters in your son's class.
Yep.
This is why my daughter will mess around and go to Catholic if that keeps if it keeps the same way it's going. I'll make sure you want to. I don't do that. My son play for OHS. My daughter be over. I have a green and red shirt on.
Man,
I
Captain
don't
giving
care.
out them good opportunities over there, man.
You gonna have
Like,
green, gold,
I'm
red,
just being
black,
honest, like Byron. My little sisters
down
is
the middle.
playing, like they're getting it. I don't know, like they're in the league, they're doing this, they're doing that, like they're doing it. I feel like there's no.
well, no, forget that. They're getting developed.
Yeah.
And that is the key. That is the key. You know what I'm saying? See, I ain't got no ties to Owensboro. You know what I'm saying? I didn't go to Owensboro. I didn't go to Owensboro. So for me, it's not necessarily like, oh man, my daddy went there, my mom went there. I graduated from there, so I got to. I ain't go to Owensboro. So for me, I always have to look as a father, you got to do what's in the best interest of your child. That's why people always like, man, why these kids leaving? Why this and why that?
That's why I
Man,
ended up
you
in Canada.
have to do what's in the best. You ain't a good parent if you're not. If you got a better opportunity, forget about playing time. Let's scratch even playing time out the window. But if you got an opportunity for your kid to develop, then that's what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Of course, everybody wants their kid to be a Red Devil, but man, like we get again, like what he said. There's no reason why Estes don't got a team.
The Red
Fouls
Devils,
don't got a
Devils
team.
better step up,
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
I mean, we
That's
just
Sutton,
don't get it.
who else
You gotta
is it?
step up.
Sutton, Newton Parish. I mean, we got more
Craven,
elementary
Ivan,
schools than anybody.
Ivan,
There is
all
no reason why we don't have in each one of these schools. Correct me if I'm wrong. Got a gym, right?
Yes, every single one.
So there is no reason why you can't put together, like he said, a 10 to 8 game season
And meet at the middle school
and play. No, matter of fact, no, you ain't even got to do that. You can meet at your regular school so that everybody gets the gate.
Yeah, that's true.
Everybody gets
Everybody
the
gets
gate one game, and then look, you get to play your championship game at the big school. OHS. No, forget it. OHS.
Hey, hold on.
You play out there
Look,
at
man, hey,
OHS
somebody from the
championship
superintendent board, man, just contact us, man. We'll have a meeting with y'all, and we'll come in and we'll talk to y'all about the structure of this program. No, I want to get back to this though. This is what I want to get back to. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, why we got their ears? Because I feel like we gonna have their ears with this one. All right, seriously, we gonna have their ears with this one. What What are we missing?
Okay.
What is our town?
I got you. I've got you. I take my daughter 40 minutes across the bridge to Evansville every Monday and Tuesday, or Monday and Thursday. You know I do. To go over to the EBA, Evansville Basketball Academy. We go over and train. There is a 5 and 6 year old girls dribbling, full layups, doing drills, doing 3-man weave like they've been doing it for 10 years, and they're 5 and 6 years old. It's different over there. They're not far from us. They're across the bridge, and everything is completely different.
Yeah, it is. To me, I'm not from here, so I don't have no ties to no
Hence
school.
the name Gators. That's if you keep asking where they from.
Oh no, listen no, real talk. So my stepson, who's 20 now, was playing AAU ball when he was my son's age.
Yeah.
You know, and from the time then, it's been 13 years, 14 years, 9 years, or whatever. You know, and the level and the skill level of these kids ain't changed. You know what I'm saying? It's always been the same. Everywhere you go outside of Owensboro, everybody's way more developed.
Bingo.
They're way more prepared. You know what I'm saying? They're way more skilled than the kids are in Owensboro. That's why if you ever notice, when we playing inside of Owensboro, whether it's high school, middle school, elementary, AAU, wherever, when you playing inside of Owensboro, you're winning. Mm-hmm. But when you go somewhere else, Louisville, Lexington, wherever else you gotta go play, guess what? The winning stops. You know, we've never been. Owensboro has never been able to conquer winning outside of Owensboro.
So let me ask this other question then. Is it the athlete or the coaching?
I mean,
it's the culture in the
whole.
No, here's the thing.
The effort. These kids ain't putting in the same effort.
They're not putting in the work.
They're not
putting in the work like other kids are.
Yeah, there's kids that's literally
Let me rephrase the question then. Let me rephrase the question then. So the kids that are there, the kids that are present every day, the kids that, what's their issue? You said it's the effort.
We're coaches. We're coaches.
Bro, showing up is part one.
Yeah, we can only coach you 2 hours a day.
All
right. So after that 2 hours,
AAU or
just in
school?
general. Just in general.
I'm talking about. It could be a two-headed question.
Okay, so what do you do after your 2 hours? All right, you go home from a KSE practice or a Gators practice, and say we practice 3 days a week. There's 4 more days left. What are you doing with them 4 days? Are you just sitting? Are you just sitting on the couch? Are you out working? That's where you get better. You're not getting better coming to 3 practices a week. What are you doing after? What are you doing when you get home? What are you working on? Like we go there. We're teaching you as a whole. We're teaching you. So we all practicing. There's 15 of us. We're all working on the same thing. We're all working at the same level. Although you may be better than him. You know what I'm saying? But when you get home, you're able to work on your own pace, your own speed. You're able to work on what you're lacking. But do you do that? I don't know. If I can be honest, I have about 50 kids under me. And I don't know about 5 of them that puts in any extra work outside of basketball, you know. And I don't put that on the parents. That falls on the kid, you know. Because if you want to be better, you got to do better. You got to put in that extra work. You got to go.
When they're running with the pack for the rest of their career, and they'll get the fluff in the pack.
I've watched kids start out when we first started playing basketball. They're here, and all the other kids are here. Mm-hmm. But I've watched those kids slowly because the ones that was here didn't put in no work no more because they was like, oh, I'm better than all them. But
Do you got anybody
no, I'm just speaking in general. But 2-3 years later, you know what I'm saying, the bars started.
No,
Hey,
I love coaching.
Because check this out.
I'm just speaking in general. It's all about the work you put in. So if you feel like, or if you're 15 years old and you put in all of this work and you're on an 18-year-old level and everybody else is under you, you know what I'm saying? So now you're like, oh, I'm better. So that's the less effort you put in. You know, why everybody under you is putting in that effort and they're slowly climbing. And then 2 or 3 years later, you're like, dang, why he get a scholarship and I didn't?
And what you saying?
You know, so the
I
reason he
swear-
got a scholarship and you
Love
didn't
it.
is because of his determination, his drive, his work, his effort. Whereas you thought you was already good and made, and this person was like, hey, I'm gonna be better. I'm gonna be better than this person. You know, I'm gonna be the best. I'm gonna climb to the top, and I'm gonna get what I'm gonna get. You know, it's all about a mind frame and a mindset. If you don't have that work effort and that drive, you're not gonna get it.
Who said who sat right here 2 weeks ago and said the same thing?
Bob O'Brien.
No, after that.
Oh, after that, yeah, the Hampton twins.
Evan Hampton said
Look,
right there, said
look.
the same thing you just said. He said, man,
You got-
I go home after practice and lift weights again and then go run. I just don't go home
Yeah,
and
you
play
don't
my
just
game.
go-
Just don't practice when coach say to practice.
Yeah.
Right.
There's more to it. You got to put in that work. Man.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you can tell the ones that put in that work. You can tell.
Oh, yeah.
You can tell who's putting that work and who ain't.
And you can tell which coaches care.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
so that, I mean, that's,
don't
that's
allow,
my thing.
I don't allow wasting my time. Like I feel like if I'm gonna be here and you gonna go halfway, I can be at home with my kids.
Exactly.
So I put kids out for acting silly in my practice. You don't talk in practice unless I'm talking to you.
And then y'all don't get paid for
So,
the
yes,
AAU stuff, do you? That's
No,
like
no,
free
no,
time,
no,
right?
no.
Okay, make that clear. 'cause
No,
it's like-
no,
It's free
I
time.
wasn't
Every penny that comes in goes right back out.
Y'all heard that? That's
Every
the-
penny. We
'cause
don't.
that's a question people
and-
always want to ask. Oh,
and
they making money off of that. They
And
making
I
money.
want them to understand this too. Some of them pennies come from coach. And I don't get them back. I don't get them back. I don't get them back. Listen, and I got a wife and 2 kids.
Hey, true story. My first year at Gators coaching 3rd grade, I footed the whole entire bill. I footed the whole entire bill. I was out of like $5,000. You know what I'm saying? Like paying. You know, because I wanted it to work so bad. That, you know what I'm saying, I was just telling the parents, hey, just come play.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just trust in the process.
Yeah.
Just trust in. Some did. So out of my original team, I only have 3 kids out of my original team because the other parents didn't really trust the process. You know, they was like, oh, we losing first year. We losing. Oh, well, you know, maybe we need to go somewhere else where we can win.
Yeah.
But-
And this all is a process.
But little do they know, we came back last year and we went 37. We won 37 out of 42 games, won 10 out of 11 championships. A lot of those same parents that left us, guess what they was trying to do?
come
They
back.
was trying to come back.
Come back.
But guess what? Their spot was gone.
Yeah.
You know, if you'd have stayed, you'd have stayed. If you stayed down, you'd have came up with us.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But instead, you know, you thought first. I told my parents.
Either get
Day
down or lay
one.
down.
Day one. Hey, I don't know. This is new to me. It's new to you. I don't know how this is gonna turn out. I don't know what we gonna do. You know, all I know is we're gonna get these kids together. We're gonna go in these tournaments. I ain't promising you no wins. I ain't promising you no trophies.
So are all of y'all's games, and I'll start with the Gators, are all of y'all games out of town, or do y'all host games in town?
So speaking on mine, we're playing 10 tournaments. 5 will be kind of local, Madisonville, Bowling Green, all of that. Then we have 5 away, Gatlinburg, St. Louis, Murfreesboro, Paducah, and 1 somewhere else.
And with me, there's levels to it. So for instance, I have a team that's solely, they're more developmental. So we're focusing more on development. So they'll play more like Madisonville, Bowling Green. They'll play in Glasgow. They'll play in Franklin. Whereas
That's traveling though. I just want to let
No,
y'all know that's traveling.
no,
but it's local. It's local.
And they'll
compared
play
to-
here in Owensboro too.
No. Listen, what I'm telling you. Some parents, it's
Listen.
traveling. When you tell some
Oh,
parents,
yeah,
man, we
some
gotta
parents
be at
say, yeah.
Madisonville.
No, we gotta be
Man,
we gotta be in airport still at 3:30.
Yeah, sir. Man, the people like, what?
Yeah, but here's the thing though. Realistically, in the basketball world, you get a tournament in Madisonville. That's not travel. And AAU, if you got a tournament and you got a tournament in Henderson, Evansville, Madisonville, Bowling Green, to me, them home games.
Do your Gator parents, their kids play football?
Oh
Man,
man,
send them to the Wolf
Not-
Pack.
not- not-
Our parents be mad. We going to
90% of
Our
my
parents
team
mad, we go to
play
Rio.
football. But see, all my boys are older, so all my boys pretty much play for.
That's why you gotta get them.
man.
You gotta get them parents, man, to understand what's going on, man. Not everybody gonna understand.
Yeah.
Either that or you get you a van.
What about you guys? Are y'all's games? Are y'all considered a travel program?
We're
Okay.
complete travel. We may play in 1 or 2 that are like close, like higher, maybe a little bit less than that. But
We're doing something different this year. We're going to run for the roses. It's a real big one.
Girls.
Mhm.
Girls only tournament.
Yes, sir. Hey, they got second, third grade.
we're gonna find
I
out.
don't know.
Okay, 1 second. I'm gonna have my daughter out there.
That's a big. That's a real big tournament.
Go see what it's about.
Yeah.
That's like the.
I mean,
best
that's my whole
basketball.
take on a lot of this stuff is when we talk development. I mean, even the development at the early age for them to see what the older kids are doing.
And
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause that's how me and the guys I ran with, that I played football with, that I played basketball with.
Well, and development's also about taking risks too. Like,
Yeah.
No, I want to finish it.
Development means risk, per se. That's exactly what it means. I'm taking a risk with your development to see if you can go over
See if
there
you can-
and make some noise. So that's part of development is taking the risk.
Yeah.
You know?
Pause the sorrow. Pause the sorrow.
Hey, but see, and then also another measure that I do as far as development, Reggie does too at times is we keep our teams together and we go play in like the Corey Wilford League outside of the travel season. You know, so it's more of a development league. So, but we all stay together and we just go over there and play. You know?
So his league is local.
Yeah, his league's local and it's done at the Boys and Girls Club mostly. And
We talking about Corey Wilford,
Wilford.
Paulo,
Yeah,
say legend.
yeah,
He went on
Well,
to
no,
play.
he
He
ain't
from here.
no, he
He
ain't
went
from here. No,
He went pro, didn't
yeah, he did.
Yeah, he just over at Burns right now, chump.
Yeah, he's over
I
at
hope
Burns.
he see this.
Yeah.
But like his leagues are good for like say you're in the off season. In the off season, you know, I'll get my teams together and we'll all just join. We'll take 2, 3, 4 teams to go join his league and we'll play people around here, people everywhere. You know,
That ain't my question.
just to play. What's your question? What's your
That
question?
ain't my question. Are the Gators smacking the Wolfer League?
Well, if I could be honest,
I want you to be honest.
We used to get smacked in the Wilford League, but now we the big dogs in the Wilford League.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
The 6th grade Gators
Okay.
are and the fifth grade too, but 6th grade Gators are the big dogs. We won the last 3 over there.
Have you all played in the Wolfer League? Do you all play in the Wolfer League? You think that might be something you can get going? No. Okay. All
See,
right.
they so scattered though. They on a different level. A lot of our stuff is based local base. You know what I'm saying? They kind
We're all
of
over the state.
they all over the state.
I mean,
so they're a
listen,
little bit
but
different.
isn't this what this is about? I don't care what you're talking now. We talking about competition.
Yeah.
So they can go recruit. They can go get whoever. So KSE, go get y'all's 5. Gators,
Man, they
go
ain't
get
gonna-
y'all's 5.
Look, they ain't
Go
gonna
get y'all 5.
First off, some kids that was with the Gators, and which me and Coach Terry, we talked about it, wanted to come with us. Well, then they came over here to try out with us. Well, he sends me a message like these kids are saying this. Well, first off, we don't do that. If you're gonna do that with our program, we don't need you.
Yeah.
Cause we don't have it in drama kids.
So there
But
is
see,
no beef.
Little do they know.
No,
that-
there's no beef.
Little do they know
Yeah.
we're cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's more of a. I don't blame the kids. You know what I'm saying? The kids are only gonna do what the parents tell them
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
once again,
So
damn it.
no,
damn it, we know. I know y'all come in personal,
but
life.
we will.
I'm talking about on this hardwood floor. This is what I want to know.
All right. Answer that
I'm
question.
like MJ, it's personal.
Hey, no, hold on. I went to Reggie a while back.
Yeah.
Remember you sitting out there in the truck? I said, hey, Reggie. Nah, you was outside. I said, hey, Reggie, I need to, y'all schedule, man. You said, something to me, you want to smoke.
Oh, he said he want to hustle. Hey, hold on. Hey, let's not go there now. Let's not go there.
But no lie. We have talked about it. You know what I'm saying? But it could be a way to raise money for both organizations.
Yeah,
You know what
yes,
I'm
definitely.
saying? We get these teams together. We throw together a fundraiser. You know what I'm saying? Gators, KSC. You
Man,
know what
We
I'm
just
saying?
need to know if
And
the
it don't
community
even-
will come out and support KSC
It don't even have to
versus
be a
Gators
full
one
game.
night.
It could be
Yeah.
a
You have to come out.
halftime.
We
Give
should
us
say
money.
the
Pull them
Hey,
into
look,
the
the Battle
organization.
Town
Yeah.
Gainesville game, that should be the same day, you know, in
All right.
the community.
Check this out. Say if it was to take place, which we have to talk it over. Say if it was to take place.
Look, now you want to talk.
No, that's one thing about our That's one thing about organization. If something be said, everybody know. Coaching staff
Everybody-
has to know.
Oh,
You
yeah,
know,
for
no
sure.
secret.
Yeah.
Nah,
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
we talk
so-
all the time.
but-
You know what I'm saying? Like.
But say if we do something like that, we have prizes, giveaway, and we have to split the money. You know, even
Yeah,
all that
yeah.
stuff.
Okay, that's a private conversation. But no, honestly though, more on the
Sponsored by Standing
on
on
the more
Business.
serious. But no, on a more serious note though, man, when you have, you know, especially where we're from, we have an organization and we have another organization, but we also got friends on the outside of these organizations because we all friends. We all
Right.
talk. Like you said, we talk. We dealing with kids and we're dealing with other adults that don't know us on a personal level. So, you know, seriously though, there's no animosity here. You know what I'm saying?
No.
The Gators is a great program. KSE is a great program. Get your child involved in a program. That's the main thing.
Yes.
Get your child involved in a program. Have them getting developed. Have them going, you know, if this is something they want to pursue through school and see themselves trying to go to the next level, get them involved now because you guys are exposing these kids to that type of lifestyle and environment. That's the main thing.
Oh yeah,
that I
and
wanna
whatever
get to
we
with
don't
it.
got as an organization, I talked to Marcus and I was like, "Hey, there's an 8th grade kid that's wanting to, that's looking for a team. We don't got an 8th grade team." So what I did, I reached out to Marcus. Marcus was like, "Tell him to reach out to me. I give him a private workout." Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Yeah.
That's how we work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I ain't got it, I'm not gonna be like, "Oh, nah, don't go to KSC." Nah, man, this is what we're here for, cause ultimately, their goal is our goal, man, and it's all about these kids at the end of the day. So ain't no animosity.
But Stand on It podcast will be hosting a Gator and KSE game.
Again, man, hey, like I said.
Your host Byron Gaither
Hold
beside
on.
will be doing the
I got
commentary
you.
for the game.
Hey, but again, though, I just want to thank y'all for real for stepping up in the community, being
Man.
big role models for the
Yes.
kids, you know,
Yes,
because
man.
they're going to always remember. I remember all my games that I played, not all of them, but I remember like my trips to hotels and the pool and all the small memories. This stuff, it's not basketball. It's just about like the friendships, the messing with him and doing something crazy.
That's really what it's all about for real, the friendship. Like I've met like so many people that I didn't even think that I you know what I'm saying, didn't think I would be in even a position to even meet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just doing this. You know, just mingling with people. And like I said, it's good going out. You know, I went to a game yesterday. All kind of people knew who I was just on the strength, you know what I'm saying, of the Gators. Or kids, you know, everywhere you go, you'll see a kid with a Gator hoodie on or a
Yep.
Gator backpack.
I do. I seen the damn
know?
license plate the other day. I was like,
You know what I'm
damn,
saying?
Terry.
Or you see whatever, and that's what it's all about, man. Like I said, it ain't no animosity, it ain't no beef. You know
But-
what I'm saying? We all got the same goal. You know what I'm saying, man?
Yeah,
And that's to get these kids and keep these kids out the streets, man.
Yes,
And-
we do.
and you know what
Yes,
I'm
we
saying?
do. We all got the same goal, but I mean, I'm gonna keep it honest though. I get upset with our community for not backing y'all's program. You know what I'm saying? Like we get on here, we talk a lot about, you know, developing these kids and doing this, and this. But I feel like, man, each program in, you know, their own respectfully rights should be doing more and should be bigger. Not because of the program, but because of the lack of the interest and participation from our community. And when I say community, I'm not just talking parents. Why aren't businesses backing you all?
Right.
Why aren't, you know what I'm saying, our local, you know, the whoever watching, get behind this. You see what I'm saying?
Black-owned businesses
Like
need to
black
be
owned,
supporting
you know,
y'all,
our
man.
black owned businesses.
And
you know what I'm
honestly, the
saying,
black
our
owned
community
businesses are the ones
activists
we
and stuff
reach
like
out
that.
to that don't. The black owned businesses are really the ones we reach out to, man. That don't even really, you know what I'm saying, even reach back out.
Oh, man, come on, you ain't got to tell me. I already know.
I already know.
You know what
That's
I'm
what I'm
saying?
speaking. That's what I'm speaking on.
That's
I don't
really
care
what
what
it
feather I
really
ruffle,
goes to.
because at the end of the day, each one of your programs has our future in it.
Exactly.
Those children that come out and participate in your all's programs is our future, is the future of this community. And people want to sit back and talk about all, you know, they ain't got nothing to do, this, and this, but the things that are offered, nobody wants to come in and support or be involved. And I'm going to challenge any guy that got kids, that don't come out and step up and get with these guys and say, hey, man, what can I do to help? Especially if your child's involved. Because I've seen that, man. I've seen that firsthand coaching kids, and, you know, dad's just sitting over there like, you ain't got to come out here and be a coach. But, you know what I'm saying, step up and be a good role model and support for what's going on here for your child. You understand what I'm saying? Because, hey, man, I do. I salute each and every one of you,
Respect
man, and
y'all.
I respect y'all for it because, like I said, man, I know each one of you guys are family guys. Got families of your own, kids that you raising, jobs that you have to work, and you taking that time away from those responsibilities and those things, pouring it back into someone else's child and this community. That at times, man, nobody's gonna appreciate.
Man,
And me, I'm telling you right now, man, I appreciate each and every one of you.
just us four right here together, man. We responsible for over 150 kids.
Yeah.
You know that's a lot of kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For just us four right here, over 150 kids.
Yeah.
You know, with no backing from the community, no nothing from nobody. You know, straight grind, straight hustle. You know, straight making ends meet, doing whatever you got to do to get the money, even if it comes from your own pocket.
Yeah, man. Like
You
you
know
like
what I'm
Morgan
saying?
said, you're not getting that back.
No, you don't get that back.
And don't come back home. Yeah. And I mean, this
You know, but at the end of the day, I wouldn't trade it for the world. But I don't want to keep spending my money. You know what I'm saying? When we got
That
the
part.
community, that can help out. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I don't regret it. You know, I do what I got to do. You know what I'm saying? For the kids and for the program. So if it involves me having to spend a little bit of my money, then you know that's just what it is. You know, because I'm feeling good about myself. You know, it's going for a good cause. I'm not out here, you know, giving it away, jacking it off, or doing what to the money. You know, it's going back to the kids. And at the end of the day, if one out of however many kids we have make it somewhere or go somewhere, man, I feel like it was a job well done.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
from whatever program.
From wherever. You
But
know what I'm saying?
me, I feel like my job, you know, because this is a platform that we're trying to build to raise awareness of our community and the figures in our community and what they got going on and what we have to offer. You know what I'm saying? And one of my good friends, man, he says it all the time. He says, man, it takes a village. You see what I'm saying? But the village, you know what I'm saying, can't just be a village of 5 or 6.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So the village is out there that's watching. Even if they ain't watching, somebody they know is watching. Like I said, man, whether you a community leader or whatever, man, please reach out to one of these people that you see sitting here, and man, let's get something going. Let's get some more backing and funding for the Gators. Let's get some backing and funding for KSE. Because at the end of the day, man, the fund is not going to us, man. It's going to these kids. You know what I'm saying? Every time we, you know, open up the newspaper, we see there's a shooting going on or this or that, man, and it's starting to involve more of the youth. You see what I'm saying? Like, these ain't things that adults is doing anymore. And they're trying to charge our youth as adults with the things that they're out here doing. Because, you know, there's no more interest in the things. All of us, man, even the youngest guy in the room is the old school now. But think about, you know, when we was out there, man, when we was out there, what was we doing, man? Man, meet us at the park, man, meet us at Kendall Perkins, man, meet us at Boiler, man, meet us there. Man, we running full court, we doing this and we doing that. You know, you don't see those type of things anymore. You know what I'm saying? And some parents, man, are sheltering their kids so much and just throwing them games in front of them, man. But, man, half the problems is them games. What they doing, man? They run around shooting shit, killing shit. You know what I'm saying? Then they get out here thinking life's a video game and they want to shoot some shit, kill some shit. It's not. That's why I say, man, it needs to be said, and I'm gonna say it though. The backing needs to be, you know, we gonna get this to where it needs to get to, man, because people need to know who Reggie Baxter is, Terry Jenkins, Marcus Smith, Anthony Owens, how important you all are to this community and our children. You see what I'm saying? The things that you're involved in and what you're doing for these kids, man. Y'all need to be sitting down, getting this idea. You know what I'm saying? Right now, it's just a manifestation of some thoughts. There needs to be some action put behind it. So let's get behind this thought with the elementary schools. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's big, man. To get every elementary school. And I'm sure that the Gators will come out and help out with it just as well as the KSE. I help. I know Vasada help. I mean, there's people,
I'll be coaching.
Man, come on now. Just don't put no restrictions on it, man. Yeah, I got a felony, but I'm just saying. I mean, hey, you know, man, it is what it is. You know, they quick to do that. But I'm saying, man, who else do you want to have in front of your kids, man, especially if you got a problematic child, a former problematic person? If you don't listen to what I say, man, you're going to go where I've been. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to go where I've been.
Right.
I'm just speaking on that, man, because not all of us still are active in what we used to do. I no longer, you know what I'm saying, participate in those type of activities. You see what I'm saying? I'm trying to give back to the community. I'm trying to give back to kids that I want them to go where I've been. But, you know, the society and everything will put restrictions on that type of thing.
Yes.
You know, but seriously, man, there's people that will back what you all are trying to put out there.
Well, if
That's
you
what
down
I'm
the
saying.
back, holla at us. OBKY Gators, KSE. Holla at us.
Hey man. Well, I just want to thank y'all. I'm the host Facade.
I'm your host, Byron Gaither.
Don't forget to like and subscribe and share. Thank
Yeah,
you.
hit that
Follow
YouTube
us,
page,
OBKY
man.
Gators.
Follow.
KSE.